Okay, it's time for a new unboxing video, and this time it's something really special. Well, actually the item doesn't belong to me, it actually belongs to my brother, and he's decided to purchase something which I will show you in a minute as to what it is, although I already know what it is. And he's kindly allowed me to unbox his purchase for my YouTube channel. So yeah, I was having a bit of trouble trying to adjust everything to try and fit everything on screen, even though I'm using my iPhone 12 Pro, which I obviously don't have no choice because my 7, I think the mic in it doesn't work. And I was trying to like fit around, trying to fit the actual item in the screen. So hopefully you'll it should turn out okay in terms of fitting into the format that I've chosen to video in. So without further ado, let's get the unboxing rolling. As before, a big special thanks to my brother for allowing me to do this, because when he normally buys himself something new, especially when it's quite expensive, obviously you want to get down straight away to sit there to playing with your new baby, but he's kind of let me allowed me to unbox it. So when I show you what it is, I'll discuss the price and why he got this particular model. There's kind of there was a debate in terms of whether he wanted to get this particular item. So I shall show you, and we can all get this out. It's actually upside down. And the first clue you can see is that it's a MacBook Air. So it's kind of a great way. It's quite actually heavy, this one. It's not, and there's also this new smell, so put it there. I probably will use that box to put my comics in, and plus it's good for recycling. So yeah, as you can see, it's of the MacBook Air, and I will even tell you which model and as to why he chose this particular one. Now he's bought the it's the Apple MacBook Air 2012, and it's a 13-inch M1 chip with the 8GB and 256 gigabyte. I think it's space gray, I think it is. Now he bought it from Argos. Now currently Argos have this on sale for £849, so that's just a pound shy of under £850. Currently at the moment, Argos are having a 15% discounts and special offer on their MacBook Airs. So I think that drops the price down to about $799. Now, the reason why my brother bought this particular model, bought the 2020 model, obviously there's the M2 chip now, and there's obviously which is 3 years old, is that his initial plan was he wanted to get a MacBook Air, and he was going to get a refurbished one from Apple, and then the plan was he would keep that for about a year, 6 months to a year, and then I think sometime next year Apple will be releasing their M3 chip-based MacBooks. So rather than wait another year to 6 months, because at the moment he's got his work computer that he has to use, and that's actually more than 10 years old. He wanted his own. He wanted a little. He wanted his own personal MacBook that he could sit there and use, and the M1 is powerful enough to do what he needs to do, because my brother's he's a computer engineer, so he does a lot of coding and stuff like that. So the M1 should be fine. So basically, I saw this particular deal on Hot Deals UK, and I forwarded him the link, and then he was running it past me as to what his choice was. So basically, as simple, this was $850 with the discount, £799, and he could have got an M2 one, which obviously the M2s obviously have a better chip than the M1. It would have more solid state memory and stuff, and more RAM. But he would have had to have paid an extra £600 on. So say if this was $850 to get that refurbished one with the M2, it would be another £600 more. So I basically said to him that that yes, if you get the one from Argos, which one we're looking at now, the M1, which is the 2020 model M1, that's with the discount that'll be £799, and the one that you refurbished one you would get is £600 more. So I said to him, what you're better off doing is getting this one for £799, and then the £600 that you would have more that you would have paid for the refurbished one, use that £600 to then get to put it on top of to then get the M3 MacBook Air when that comes out next year. Again, I don't know when next year it's coming out, but it's definitely 2024, because so in cost to get the refurbished one, it would have cost near enough £2,000. And for me, you're better off just I said to him, you're better off just pay while this is they've got their little discount on, just get it for £799. Do what you have to tinker around, what you have to do for a year, and then get the M3, or he might want to make way a bit longer. So that kind of decided him to get this one. And then I thought that once the M3 one does come out next year, that he would remember just trade it in, and then he said that he might give me this one. He might give me this one when the M3 comes out. So that's nice, because I was thinking about getting a new computer, a new laptop later, at some point. But I don't really care about getting a new one, a state-of-the-art one, so to speak, because they're kind of very expensive. I had a 2014 MacBook Pro. And that was a 13-inch, and I got that in 2014. So that shows you how long. That's nearly 10 years ago. And that one, I think I don't remember if I paid off in installments or paid it for one go. I think I paid off for one go. I think I put it on my credit card and just paid it off. And obviously, to get the equivalent of that one to what I bought back in 10 years ago, it's gonna be a hell of a lot. Apple, have put up their prices. So that cost me about just under £1,000, and then I don't remember. And then what ended up happening was, because I put it on my credit card, they charge you like a couple of more hundred credit. Obviously, the interest free credit on it. So it wasn't and the interest on it. Sorry, not interest free, because then you wouldn't be paying extra. So I ended up paying another couple of hundred, because obviously I wasn't paying it interest free, which is a shame. But yeah, that's kind of really great. So, that's why he chose to get this one. To me, it makes more sense, because, yeah, it's slightly less powerful than the one he wanted to get. But for me, it's cheaper. It's brand new. Because sometimes, I know Apple refurbishes stuff that's to a light new condition. But, sometimes you still have problems with these particular things. So, but this is brand new. And again, even if he wanted to wait a further year, so let's say 2 years down the line, it's still going to be good enough to what he needs to do, and it's brand new. And when you seem to buy Apple products brand new, they used to at least last for the good 3 or 4 years before they start to slow and and get a bit funny. And plus, with it having a solid state drive, less moving parts, so there's less likely things for it to go wrong. He didn't. They offered him a protection plan. He didn't take it, because he said he's not. I don't know how much it would have been, but it kind of he said to me that it wasn't worth paying it, considering he's going to get another one in the next 6 months to a year. So it's all dependent upon when Apple decide to reveal the M3, and when it comes out and it's available to pre-order, or whether he'll get it straight, or whether he'll buy it straight on pre-order and then or wait for a while and then get it. So I don't know what he can do, but that's what his long-term plan is to get an M3 MacBook. So as you can see, Apple's beautiful packaging. Compared to my MacBook, which was a 13-inch, obviously the Airs are a lot thinner anyway, because obviously because my MacBook Pro that actually still had a CD drive in it at the time, and obviously I know a lot of laptops now don't have, they leave that out, which in some ways is a good thing, because then at least less likely for it to go wrong, because obviously moving parts. I know that with my brother, he's planning on getting at some point a external hard drive to connect to it, so he can just do that. So yeah, when we start unboxing, I will be reading out the specs of it, because I'm not an Apple. You see some of these big YouTubers that are Apple experts that can quote directly what the chips can do and what the specs are with their eyes closed. I can't do that, because I don't confess to be a computer expert in any shape or form. So you can see, so this is MacBook Pro there. You've got the Apple symbol there. And then it says MacBook Air again. And the Apple symbol there. And then you've got the stuff at the back. Stuff there. And you can see it says 8GB unified memory. 256GB SSD, and it's a 13-inch MacBook Air with the Apple M1 chip inside of it. So yeah, and it's actually quite heavy as well. Oh, you can hear it's pretty small, and the actual box it came in was actually bigger than actually this, which is what they normally do, and this is quite heavy as well. So yeah, we'll work out how to oh, and this is lovely as well. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. Yeah, you can see just there's a little arrow which you use to tear off the plastic. I think that's really good, because the amount of times on on video games where I try to sit there and try to find a tab, and it's a complete pain in trying to remove the plastic, and you have to end up getting standing like for a sharp object to kind of pierce the actual plastic just to take the wrapping off, and that's a big pain. And that's something you don't want to damage the actual product if you're using. As you can see here, I've got a little Stanley knife here. So if you're somebody under age 16, please make sure you have your parents or supervised adult in using the sharp tools in opening anything. Don't want to be held liable for that. Also, I'm old enough, obviously. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, we'll begin to try and tear this open. So hopefully, I'm hoping that. Oh, I forgot to mention that the 15% discount that Argos are offering on the Apple MacBook Airs. They're basically the deal runs until the 17th of October. So basically, if you are in mind of getting a MacBook Air, you don't mind getting the 2020 model. Then you want to save a little bit of money in getting one, then yeah, use the code, because these things don't come. Should I say that these things, in terms of getting discounts, they don't tend to come by very often. Especially the special offer. Yeah, you go to celebrate computing event this autumn with an extra 15%. Offer ends on the 17th of October 2023. Use the code ARGOSPC15. As I said before, offers end on the 17th of October 2023. And it also says to trade up with money for your old Apple Mac when you trade in between the 31st of August and the 25th of December, which is Christmas, 2023. And then you can tap on the Argos app to claim. And that offer ends on the 25th of December, 2023. So that's kind of pretty cool. So what you probably could do is, if you've got an old Apple Mac, you could trade it in. I don't know if it has to be working or not. So you would get some money off of that. Plus, you could even you still use the 50% discount on top of that. So you could save yourself a lot of money. So if you've got an old MacBook Pro or a MacBook or a laptop, an Apple Mac, and it's still, I'd assume it has to be working. I don't know what the fine print says. I mean, definitely consider that. You can get, I don't know how much they will possibly give you, but any little help, you can just trade it in, plus get the 15% discount on top of that. You're laughing your head off. So without further ado, we shall take this off. If I wasn't considering in getting the Series 9, I probably would have considered doing this myself, getting my own one. But yeah, we'll take all this plastic off. Yeah, I got it. With being white, it's a bit of a pain in getting off. So there we have the box there. As I said before, it looks dead smart. With Apples and yeah, they're doing this deal where obviously you can get this. Plus, you can get an Apple AirPods with the MagSafe charging case, 3rd generation, and that would be £179 as well if you decide to get the two together. So you can also do that if you're intended to kind of do that. We'll go through the whole specs in a minute on the actual MacBook Pro. I'm probably not going to turn it on because I'll let him do all that because he has to set it up. So, let's see if we can take this off. God, they make it so tight so you can't take the cover off there. Yeah, it's space grey, which is what I thought it would be. That looks kind of really dead smart there. We'll see what accessories they actually give you with the MacBook. Make sure my hands are nice and clean. Because obviously these laptops, eventually, over time, they start to get dirty, become a fingerprint magnet after a while. So I move that aside there, and we'll show you what you get with it. You'll get the usual designed by Apple in California. Although obviously they don't make the the MacBooks in California. They obviously make it overseas because obviously it's cheaper. Well, for them anyway. And you see what you get. So you've got that little envelope, and you've got the MacBook. Basically, I had to sit there and open it. You've got the Apple stickers. Cool. And obviously this is probably the warranty and all that stuff that you get with it. So yeah, it's probably going to be fairly simple to set up if you've used an Apple product before, and they tend to be very easy. That's why when it comes to the Apple products, whether it's the mobile phones or their computers, I tend to prefer Apple. Although I know they're expensive in terms of if you bought a normal PC, the laptop that's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper. But for me, I just love the Apple interface. Again, the only thing I don't like about Apple is their price, unfortunately. But then what can you do? You then comes with a plug that you've got there, and it's got the plastic still on it. So I'll let him mess around with that. My brother, because obviously it's his. And you've got the charging the adapter there. So you just that would I'm trying to figure out how this goes in. Or I don't know what that does, so I'll just let him do that. And then so I can take this out. And then you've got the power cable as well, which is, I think I'm trying to remember if it's we'll have a look. So I know it's a type something, but I just want to make sure that what I do is I get that right. It doesn't actually even say what it even is. Yeah, it's so it's a 30-watt USB-C power adapter, and it's a and you get, I don't know if the two are separate. Let me have a look here. I don't know if they're one and the same thing. Let me just take this out because it's a long time since I've used. Don't miss. Take this out. No, it's nothing there. So yeah, because back in my day, you basically had put this back in here. You had the power lead, and obviously and the power lead and the adapter all in one. But that just shows you how long ago things were in my day. But now it's just you've got the actual just cable itself, and then obviously you would plug that in, and then you could charge from there, which is kind of great because what I found. The problem with the all-in-one power cable that I had and the adapter is it used to, I don't know if people have this problem, but they seem to peel a lot. So after a while, all the wires would peel a lot, and I used to really hate it. So my brother had to, at least on these ones, he had to at least buy two. And I know that they're not exactly cheap if you buy the official one. I think one of my mates, he's got a computer, but he bought a third-party one for his computer laptop. His Apple laptop rather than pay the Apple price, because I don't know how much they are now. I mean, with inflation and stuff. As I said, boy, this is pretty long here. We'll see how long it is if it tells you. According to this, it's the charge cable is 2 meters. So that should be enough for you to, you know, to plug it. I'm sure that you can buy extensions or longer ones if you actually need that. So you got that available. So that's pretty quickly. So that's pretty good, should I say. So I put that back in there. So yeah, you got the cable. So that's all you need. But yeah, I remember back in the day, you would have the big brick and then the power thing, and you had the plug all connected. They need to plug it in, and then they made the ones where the actual power supply that went into the side of the laptop. The newer ones had a MagSafe. So what they would then do is that if you accidentally tripped over the wire, it would pull out because it was magnetically connected. My one wasn't, so I didn't have that. I wasn't very unfortunate to say that they had that. That again shows you how far you know, that technology has, you know, come these days, where now you've got the charge cable being the power supply as well. Excuse me, just having a sip of a drink, a bit of a dry throat. And here we are. We come to the piece de la resistance with the MacBook itself. Oh, it's getting a bit of dust there. You can see 13-inch, pretty light, and I can't believe how thin it is. You can see there it's pretty thin. And you've got at the back, you've got the little rubber feet there, and the plastic there protecting it. Again, I suppose it's pretty light. It's space grey. It feels quite heavy, but then at the same time, if I can put this here. God, just putting that back down again. It's a complete pain. So yeah, as you can see there, hopefully we get it onto screen. It's actually really thin. My MacBook, I think, was maybe at least twice this, but it's still heavy, so it kind of packs a punch. Now, if you're one of these ones where you want more solid state SSD, or you want to have new RAM, unfortunately, with the newer the Apple laptops, especially the MacBooks, you can't customize it yourself in terms of obviously just buying obviously taking off the back and buying your own you can either buy a third-party RAM or SD drive, solid state should I say, and put it in yourself. It doesn't allow you to kind of do that because obviously for them to make the thing so thin, what they've done obviously is everything is now completely welded to the motherboard. So if you're one of these ones where you want to buy a new MacBook Pro, and maybe you want a higher SSD storage or a RAM or extra RAM compared to what they're offering you, it's something that you're gonna have to customize before you actually order it. Because as I said before, if you decide, oh well, 8 gigabytes of RAM isn't enough for it to move things around, you want to change it later on the line, you can't change it because everything's all welded to the board. So make sure that, you know, I would say that, as I said, well, this is the standard configuration because we just bought it from Argos. If you are wanting to more RAM or a bigger solid state drive, make sure that that when you're ordering from Apple, that what you do is that you customize that before you order. Obviously, if you're going to go for a bigger, more RAM or a bigger solid state drive, it's going to cost you more money. Again, it depends on how much you're going to want. And I know obviously that you've got a solid state drive which runs a lot faster than a normal drive. You can, as I said before, add a external drive if you want. But as I said before, if you're gonna buy one of these machines, you can't customize it. Once you've ordered it, you've got it in your hand, you can't customize it. So again, if it's something that you want to do, you want to have something customizing it, you want an extra bit of kick stuff, make sure you do that before you order it. And it's something again that Argos won't do. You'd have to deal with Apple on the Apple site, wherever you are in the world. So take a note of that. We'll now go for the spec before we have a quick look at this. Says about this product. We'll go for this product. I'm just reading through this, so it's not me trying to sell you being an Apple salesman. I'm just reading what it says here. It says the MacBook Air is Apple's thinnest and lightest notebook. Obviously not now, because obviously they've got the M2 Apple M2 run out, but as of 2020. So as again, we'll start again. The MacBook Air is the Apple's thinnest and lightest notebook, supercharged with the Apple M1 chip. Tackle your projects with the blazing fast 8-core CPU. Take graphics intense apps and games to another level with up to 8-core GPU, and accelerate machine learning tasks with the 16-core neural engine, all with a silent fanless design. I think my one had a fan. Fanless design and the longest battery life ever up to 18 hours. Still perfectly portable, just a lot more powerful. Apple designed M1 chip for a giant leap in CPU and GPU and machine learning performance. The 8-core CPU delivers up to 3.5 times faster performance to tackle projects faster than ever. Up to 8 GPU cores with up to 5 times faster graphics for graphics intense apps and games. Super fast SSD storage launches apps and opens files in an instant. 8 GB of unified memory, so everything you do is fast and fluid. Fanless design for silent operation. 13.3-inch Retina display with P3 wide color for vibrant images and incredible detail. The next generation Wi-Fi 6 for faster connectivity. 2 Thunderbolt/USB 4 ports for charging and accessories. Backlit Magic Keyboard and Touch ID for secure unlock and payments. Mac OS Big Sur introduces a bold new design and major app updates for Safari, Messages, and Maps. In the box, you get the MacBook Air, a 30-watt USB-C power adapter, and USB-C charge cable, which is 2 meters. Okay, the specs of this MacBook Air are next generation Thunderbolt high-speed 1/0 for connectivity, for connecting high performance peripherals and displays through a single port. FaceTime HD camera, multi-touch trackpad, long-lasting battery. GPU and memory. Apple M1 chip, octa-core processor, 8 GB RAM, hard drive, 256 GB SSD storage, display, 13.3-inch LED backlit display with IPS technology display, resolution 2560 by 1600 pixels, refresh rate 60 Hz, interface and connectivity, glass multi-touch trackpad, 2 times USB 4.0 ports, 2 times Thunderbolt ports, Bluetooth, webcam sound, built-in webcam, built-in mic, built-in audio, operating system and software, Mac OS Big Sur. I don't know if there's a new one out now, there probably is, so that might need updating. General features, aluminium body, as you can see in the picture, 15 hours battery life during playback, size, height 61, width 30.41, and dimensions 21.24, and all that's in centimeters. Weight of the MacBook is 1.29 kilograms. You get a manufacturer's 1-year guarantee, so if anything goes wrong within the 1 year, you can obviously get it repaired and replaced, or even replace or parts replaced. So you've got a 1-year guarantee already on that. So if you decide to take out an extra year plan on it, that year plan will kick in after the 1-year warranty. So technically, I suppose you're getting 4 years. If you're not really bothered about buying the MacBook from Argos, obviously to get the discount, what I can do recommend is that if you go to places like John Lewis to buy, if you're going to buy, even if you're going to sit and buy a newer MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro, whatever you're going to get, John Lewis and the same thing with TVs as well. They usually give you a free 3-year warranty of the Veron warranty on top of that, and it's free. So again, that's all dependent on whether or not you're gonna want a newer model than the 2020 model that we have here. So we'll have a look at this. I'm not gonna set this up in a way because it's a bit of a complete pain, so I'll let him do it. Maybe in a future video I might have this set up. I think that's the back. So we'll take the plastic off. Oh, I just love the way it kind of just comes off. As you can see there, we'll get the bottom of that off. Just peels off, and then you just pull like that. So effortless. Again, it's going to be a bit of a fingerprint magnet because I'm getting little micro pieces of fluff on it already. I think my one and the one at my MacBook Pro, my 2014 model, one I had, wasn't. It's a similar cut. It was a silver. And what I would say, if you're gonna, from time to time, your screen is gonna get dirty. Or what I would recommend is, if you're gonna use one of the, either use like those computer wet wipes on the actual screen, or which are fairly cheap. Obviously, make sure they're wet because you don't want to make sure if they get dry, then it will scratch up the screen. Or what you can do is get one of those lens cleaners or the thin cleaners, and what you do is that you get a lint-free cloth. Because my MacBook actually came with one to clean the actual screen, and use that to clean the screen. If you're gonna sit there and use these which clean screens, you can get products which actually can clean computer screens. But what I would not recommend is directly spraying. And in a very little bit, I've got one nearby. But what I would say is, do not spray directly onto the actual keyboard itself or the screen, because if any liquid damage gets into the keyboard, there's a little sensor thing that I have inside of it in all their MacBooks. I know I had one in my 2014, and basically if that gets wet, that obviously will damage the actual MacBook itself and Apple. And if it's still, unless, I don't know if they'll still do it on the Apple Care, but they will be very reluctant to repair it. So what you do is that you get a lint-free cloth, spray, make sure it's a little bit damp. Even if you're not going to use those special cleaners, just use a damp lint-free cloth to clean the unibody of the actual MacBook itself, and then make sure the lint-free thing is damp, and then obviously you can not soaking wet, and then you can clean that in your keys. So always apply whether it's the water or the cleaner to the actual lint-free cloth, rather than spraying it onto the body of the actual laptop itself. And this can apply to all laptops, because when there's a little bit of water that gets into it, that will severely start damaging your laptop. So I would recommend doing that. So again, use a lint-free cloth, because that won't do any scratches to the screen itself. Although they're tough anyway, but last thing that you want is one of them micro scratches that you kind of get. It's the same thing with a mobile phone. Where you get, although Apple say, oh, this is the toughest screen that they're using on there, for example, on the new iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Pro, it probably won't crack, but you're going to get micro scratches in it, or scratches even though they say. So obviously you probably would put a screensaver in it, a screen protector on it anyway, if you're one of these ones, and obviously a case. But if you're going to clean it, again, use a lint-free, because then you won't get any scratches on the screen or the body of the actual machine itself. So without further ado, we shall open this up. I can figure out how to do this because it's so thin. Okay, I can see it here, but it's just really thin. I'm trying to do this for. Okay, I'm going to sit there and lift this up because it's really difficult. Because it's so thin, and it's like trying to wedge your fingers in it. Wow, you heard that turn on. Didn't think it was going to do that. So yeah, you've got that there. Oh, it's already on. So you got that there. So that looks really, really nice. So obviously they put the little cover in there. And then I still think they're still using the butterfly keyboards so that you can type. So that's really cool. Cool, should I say. The actual trackpad itself is really nice. It's actually really large. When I did my MacBook Pro, it wasn't even anywhere near as big as this. Again, make sure you don't get any liquid in here, because they can go wrong. I don't know how loud this is going to get, but you've got the speakers on either side there, so that's pretty cool. So the keys, very flush and really thin, so when you close it, again, I can't believe how thin the actual body of the actual thing is, and that's, again, it looks really, 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 really nice. So, you know, my brother's going to be having a lot of fun on it, and obviously, first of all, it's not the newest model, because the newest model is that, I know the 2023, just 2020, and for what he wants to do, he's gonna. It's gonna be perfect for him. If I was getting stuff like this compared to my MacBook Pro, obviously this is an Air, but I would be quite happy with it, because I don't do any programming. For me, it'd just be something where, you know, I could maybe do, if I was gonna do something, get something like this, you know, like for typing out emails and watching YouTube and editing videos for me. And then also, if something like that, like for me, what I do on my YouTube, I probably would invest in an external hard drive to, to save a lot of the videos that I do. But something like this for me, for me, if I was getting it for myself, for the 2020 model, for the price, I don't know how much the 2023 models of the MacBook Air cost. They're probably going to be very expensive. But you know what? We might even see if we can have a quick look. See if I can have a look at this on my phone. I don't know if I've actually got this. Yeah. We'll just sit there and have a quick look. Over this video's kind of running long, but we're going to wrap this up in a while anyway. We'll see how much something like this would cost. And obviously, the ones I'll be looking at will be just a bog standard.
To use English as the main language,
wow.
Press the return key.
Absolutely awesome. So I can find it here. Max. Again, I'll let him set this up, because I'm obviously not going to be using it. Yeah. I'm looking at the current MacBook Airs. You can get, obviously this is 13-inch, you can get 15-inch, and it says they're supercharged by M2, all-day battery life, stunning liquid retina display in all 4 stellar colors. So again, you can get this in different colors. And the starting price is £1,149. So he's saved just over, maybe just over £400. But if he was to buy the latest model of it, we'll see. I'm gonna check out, see how many colors that they have available, because I know that they did. Yeah, so this is space gray. You can also get it in gold, and you can also get it in silver, and you can also get it in midnight black, and then so they've got them here. But and then they're also doing so you can get it in space gray, gold, or silver. And what I was telling you earlier on about the 50% cold, you can actually get they actually works on the 2000. They're actually doing they actually sell the MacBook Air 2022. That's last year's one, and that's the same. So it's a MacBook Air 2022. Same that's will have the same size screen, so it'll be a 13.6 inches, but this will have an M2 chip. The 8GB unified memory and 256 gigabyte solid state drive. But that will cost you £1,175. And the colors that they have in that are midnight, space gray, and starlight. No, actually, for the 2002 13-inch, they only do the midnight and the space gray. So that's £1,175. And then they also have, again, this is Argos. They also have the Apple MacBook Air, and this is the latest one, 2023. But this one is a 15-inch. Again, it has the M2 chip, 8GB unified memory, 256 gigabyte solid state drive, and that's Starlight and Midnight, and that will for the 15-inch one, 15.3-inch one, that will cost you £1,399. And then they have the MacBook Air 2002 17-inch M2. They have that in silver, so that's 1,175. And they have the Starlight. And then they have the and you can also, and they also sell the Apple MacBook Air 2023, again at 15-inch, 15.3 inches, again M2, 8GB unified memory, but the solid state drive is 512, so it's double that of the 2022 model, and which is the 13-inch 2022 model, and the 2020 model that this has got. So so this one's got 256. The 15-inch one has a solid state drive is 512, so that's double. That will cost you $1,599. And again, they've got the MacBook Air 2023, 15 inches M2, 8GB, 256 solid state drive, grey, 1,399. So basically, in a nutshell, if you want to get the 13-inch, like what my brother's got for the 2020 MacBook Air, the 50% colder work on that. If you get the 2022 model, whether it's the 13-inch or the 15-inch, obviously 15-inch is going to cost you more, you can still use that 15% discount. And if you get the 2023 models or the 13-inch and the 15-inch, whether it's a 256 solid state drive or the 512, you can still use the 15% discount on all that. So basically all the ranges of the MacBook Airs from 2020 to the current 2023, regardless of whether it's a 13-inch or a 15-inch, whether it's a 256 solid state drive or a 512 solid state drive, you get that 15% discount code from Argos. So bear that in mind. Again, as I said, that offer is going to end on the 17th of October. So I shall have this uploaded in the next couple of days, so you'll be able to do it. So if you do that, you can go onto the web. So if you've got the app, or go in store, it will show you two special offers that are available on the MacBook Airs, from the MacBook Airs 2020 to the MacBook Airs 2023. So you've got all that covered, and ranging from the M1 to the M2, and obviously if you choose to get 256 solid state drive or a 512, that 15% discount code is going to cover you. So if you really want a new computer and you've got an old MacBook, or MacBook as well, you can trade that in as well and get money off. So I would highly recommend doing that. So yeah, if you want something, if you want a lot of real estate, when it comes to screen size, get the 15-inch, and then you can get 15-inch 2020 or 2022. If you want more solid state drive, and again you're gonna have to pay more, then I would say definitely go for the 15-inch with the 512 solid state drive, and that will have the M2. So even if you decide to go for that, even if you decide to go for the 2020 model, 2020, 2022, 2023, regardless of which one of these you use, or the configurations you use, I would say you're better off buying it from Argos, because you'll get that discount, rather than if you go to directly to Apple, you're going to be paying full price for that. So anywhere where you can save and, do it. Because in this day and age now, with things now that are going up, every little help, every little thing that you can do to scrape off of a price of a product, for me, totally helps in the long run. Anyway, I hope people enjoyed the unboxing of the Apple MacBook Air 2022 13-inch M1 8GB 256 gigabyte solid state drive, and this is space gray. Again, I'm going to wrap this up because I know my brother's going to be itching to play with his new toy, and it's obviously, again, you can see it going to sleep mode. So yeah, let me just close this back up, and he can play with his new baby. So again, as I said before, don't spray any liquid directly on it. Spray it onto a damp lint-free cloth. You want to clean the smudges or any dirt like that. Don't spray directly or put water directly onto it. Make sure it's on the cloth first, and that is lint free, so you don't cause any scratches on the outside of the case, screen, or the internal obviously the keyboards and stuff like that. So yeah, special again, I want to say a big thank you to my brother for allowing me to do this. That really means a lot, so I can upload to my channel. I hope people found this video useful, and the stuff I said and the discounts. Again, I'm not sponsored by Apple or Argos. It just happens to be where my brother got it from and the deal that they seem to have on it. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, I hope people found this video informative. Please feel free to share with your friends and family. If you can give this video a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate that. That will allow new people to find my YouTube channel and content, because the YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers in terms of advertising their videos and channel on the YouTube recommended page, so that will help. And obviously positive comments also help as well. If you already haven't, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I know a lot of people don't subscribe, which is fine, which is okay. The views count, so that's okay, so that's cool. But if you do, but I would appreciate if you want to see stuff like this and other various different content that's available on my YouTube channel. There's plenty of stuff there. I've just got access to the from EE to do the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 beta, so I'm going to be trying that out later on. If the bottom of this video comes up, I probably would have long since done it. But yeah, I just want to sit and say, wherever in the world, please stay safe, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Bye for now.